Are key in this game, but thank you for your missive all the same. 53106 if you want to spend 30 cent in the way Smithy has. Right, Dublin, their ladies football side are heading for St Sylvester's GAA club at Malahide to celebrate back-to-back All-Ireland Ladies Football Championships. Yesterday they were 311-112 victors over a rather impressive Cork side at Croke Park, in front of, as we mentioned there with Cliona, 50,141 at GAA HQ. After the match, our own Maura Trasany Kelly caught up with the victorious Dublin manager, Mick Bowen.
Obviously to the victor goes the spoils, and this group of girls have kept coming back for more. I mean, obviously last year was tremendous to just break, I suppose, the duck, but to come back against the old foe and to be successful, it's just it's a fantastic achievement for them. And I suppose it's a testament to Cork, with a lot of new players and a lot of new faces, that they made the battle as tough as it was.
It's a testament to yourselves too, though, that in the closing few minutes of the game, and we've seen other teams when they're winning, they sit back, they defend. No, your team kept going and they kept scoring some phenomenal points. Yeah,
we're very proud of the way we play. We've always said that from the start. We're not just about winning a trophy or a medal. We have to stand for something. We're very proud of this city and we'd like to represent it well, and the way we play the game is equally as important as getting a prize.
The voice of Mick Bowen there, the Dublin Ladies football manager, trying to do his best to deflect the attention away from himself and onto the players following yesterday's 311-112 victory that secured back-to-back All-Ireland Ladies football titles for the Dublin footballers for the first time ever. Delighted to say, just after disembarking the Dublin bus, the victorious one that's heading for St Sylvester's tonight to speak to us is Sinead Finnegan. Good evening, Sinead, and congratulations.
Thanks a million. Thank you very much.
We were listening to you speak to Maura Trasany in the wake of the game yesterday afternoon, and she was trying to she was trying to beat your I guess your immediate feelings following the game out of you. She was pretty much trying to make you cry on mic. Now, I'm not going to try and do the same tonight, Sinead, but I will just try and ask, after the dust has settled a little bit, how are you feeling today?
I feel great. Yeah, we had a really great night last night with our family and stuff, and then today we're just kind of out with the team and that. So day two is always really nice because it's just everyone from the team together and just kind of like reminiscing about the match and stuff. We watched it back together and had a few drinks and stuff, and we're just like analysing it critically and saying, oh, we should have done better there or whatever. But yeah, no, it's been a really good day and a really good night last night and a great day yesterday as well.
That's it. How deep is this Monday morning review the day after winning an All-Ireland title?
I would say that the forwards are probably more critical than the backs. I was just like, why are they doing that? But I know, no, it was just like kind of, you should have scored a goal there and stuff, but it was just a bit of banter, really.
You mentioned day two is always better than day one. It's nice that you have the ability to be used to these situations now at this stage. How does today and this week differ from last year for you?
Well, for me, like last year was brilliant for me. I absolutely loved every minute of it. But for me, like obviously playing was very different to last year because I came into the game with a torn calf last year, so I knew that I wasn't going to last. But so technically, this is kind of my first All-Ireland that I've won whilst I played the whole game. So yeah, like when the ref blew the whistle yesterday, it was like it was last year, the same. It was just relief that we had won because I was very, very nervous going into the match and I knew Cork were going to be really good. So, but yeah, it's amazing. But like last year was equally as amazing as well.
Sinead, Cliona Foley here. The big difference, of course, for people to understand is that last year you came off after 19 minutes with an injury and had to face the agony of watching on from the sideline. So how did it feel differently, and were you even conscious of the time, and what happened when the whistle went? Who did you go to first?
I actually had the ball when the ref blew the whistle and just kind of ran to the girls that were closest to me. So it was Amy Connolly and Niamh Collins, which was great. But my sister, my little sister Claire, she is actually part of the management team this year. She helped out Shane with the stats. So when the match was over, I got to have a hug and stuff with her, and then we lifted the cup together. So that was a really proud kind of family moment for Claire and I, which was great. So she's here with us today and stuff, and having a great day out.
Looking back in the game itself, Sinead, yesterday, it was quite remarkable that you seemed to be able to find the goal at the exact points when you needed it, be it whether Cork had just pulled level with you or was just pulling within a point or two, between Sinead Ahern's goal, between Carl Rowe's goal, the first one, then the second as well. They all came at really vital points in the game and seemed to, I suppose, signpost your way towards victory yesterday.
Yeah, I think something that we're really proud of is kind of our game management. when we played Galway in the semi-final, and probably all year as well, something that we weren't really particularly happy with was when we were on top, that we didn't kind of keep control of the game. So over the last 3 weeks, something that we've really drilled into ourselves was that when we're in control, we need to stay in control. And that was something that, like, thankfully we had worked on, but thankfully came to light yesterday on the pitch. So, you know, sometimes our forwards are amazing, and something that we work on in training is goals, like scoring goals. But we're saying to ourselves, like, you don't need to keep going for goals, just keep hitting the balls over the bar. So yesterday, I think our game management was really good. So when we were on top, we kind of kept control and kept cool and calm and kept popping the points over. So yeah, happy with that.
And Sinead, Carla Rowe, talk to us a little bit about her, because she was your classic underage prodigy, brilliant footballer, but maybe didn't always make the right decisions at the right time in games. And yesterday was just such a contrast in how cool she was.
Yeah, she was great. Carla is a very hard worker, and you know, she's very critical of if she doesn't have a good game or whatever. But all of the forwards, like, they were brilliant, and the backs as well. I know Mick was kind of saying, he was trying to rile the backs up during the week by saying that a lot of people were saying that the forwards have kept us in it, but I actually think the back performance yesterday was outstanding. And the management team, credit to them, like, they had gotten their matchups right, and everybody had a job to do, and everybody did their job very, very well. So yeah, very happy with the performance.
And what is it like in training against forwards of those quality? Like, surely that prepares you for anything. It must be unbelievable to have to mark some of your forwards in training.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you're, like, our A versus B games are unbelievably competitive, and when you're marking the likes of Noelle Healy or Sinead Ahern or Lindsay Davey or whoever, you know that you're marking one of the best. So that kind of gives you a lot of confidence going into games, because you know whoever you're going to come up against, you've already been in there, you've already marked some of the best players in the country. So the backs, yeah, they get good preparation in training.
It's, you know, 15 years since you've been involved really at this stage in the Dublin football setup. Back in 2003, the idea of Dublin getting to All-Ireland finals was still a quite new prospect. You'd been to a couple by that stage as a county, but the legacy of success that we think of in terms of the Dublin men's football side definitely wasn't there for the women's side. Tell us how the culture has changed in the squad over the course of these 15 years that you've been involved.
I wouldn't say I've been properly involved for 15 years, but I did get brought up when I was very young and probably didn't stick around, and then kind of came back and left. Like, my story wasn't that straightforward, but I don't know if the culture has changed, but I just think maybe the intensity of the game has improved, and the level of coaching has probably gotten a lot better. Like, we're very lucky. We have DCU as a home, and you know, we have the best of facilities and the best of coaching, and you know, Mick has a great backroom team behind him, and everybody rows in together, and like, we're very lucky position that we're in to have such great people working with us. But I don't know if the culture has changed. Like, everyone's attitude is always the same. Like, everyone always puts in the same amount of effort, but maybe it's just the people that are involved maybe are you know, maybe a bit more experienced.
And the one thing about Mick Bowen seems to be that he's a brilliant technical coach. Would you say that's true? And like, how has he made you even a better player?
Yeah, he's definitely, I think every single person can kick off both feet for a start. You know, that's something that, like, I've been playing football since I was 6 years of age, and I was never really pushed to play to use my other foot. And you know, I'm very much a bog standard footballer, but I can use my right foot if I have to. So the basic skills is definitely something that he puts a lot of emphasis on. And you know, at the end of the day, if you're doing the simple things well, you're going to have the ball for longer. So things like even just as simple as hand pass and kicking is something that he puts a lot of emphasis on. And if you're doing them well, then you know, you're going to have the ball for longer.
Does he have this mad drill where you have to practice with two balls at the same time?
Yeah. So when he first got involved, he gave us all a football each, and we had to bring it to training every day. But some of the girls kept forgetting their football, so we took them back off us. But yeah, 2 hands, 2 feet, everything you do is both sides of your body, so you're constantly using both sides.
What was the training week like coming into the All-Ireland final? What kind of hours are you putting in with the rest of the squad coming into
it? It was really difficult,
yesterday?
To be honest. I couldn't wait for the final to come because training was so hard. But yeah, it was just really, really high intensity all the time, and everybody was driving each other on. And you know, there's 39 girls in the panel, and literally every single person was busting their arses to make everyone a better player and make sure that we got the performance today. So has been extremely competitive over the last 3 weeks, and very, very, very hard at times. You know, you'd be absolutely wrecked after training. So we were glad to see the final week come, because we were looking forward to a bit of downtime because we'd been working so hard. But it was great.
Well, little did you know you still had that Monday morning review to go through this morning as well.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Aoife Fitzgerald in the previews of the game, Sinead, he was talking about the fact that, you know, this game with Dublin was only going to be just another game for them, that they weren't necessarily looking at the previous year's encounters, especially that run of 3 finals that you had together before 2017. For ye, was it a case of just another game? Because there seems to be, don't want to say rancor, but there's definitely a little bit of bite between the two sides.
I do think it was just another game. I know that there has been previous experience with Dublin and Cork, but at the end of the day, both sides were 2 different teams, and we really respect Cork, and we were nervous enough coming into it. We knew that it was going to be a really tight match, and nobody was really focusing on the history, to be honest, because the two sides were different. Even the management team were different. It was all kind of changed. So, you know, you don't really care not that you don't really care, but you know, you're not really focusing on who the opposition is. It's more so, you know, trying to win the final. And when you get that win, it's some feeling.
Have you been cognizant of the growing crowds around this?
Have I which?
Have you been cognizant of the growing crowds around this? Because we had 50,000 yesterday, which built on 46 the year before, and 34.
Last year I definitely would have said that I noticed the increase because the roars were just so loud. And yesterday it kind of looked like a similar enough, like attendance-wise, but it was more, I believe. Which is absolutely unbelievable, because I didn't think there would be more this year. I thought last year it was very much honed on the whole Mayo Galway men's final, or sorry, Mayo Dublin men's final, Mayo Dublin ladies final. I thought that was kind of the whole spin and why the attendance was so big. But it was great. It was unbelievable that there were so many people there, and to beat the record from last year is incredible. But yeah, like when the goals went in yesterday, you heard the roar, and it was really, really uplifting to actually hear the crowd get behind you. So it was brilliant.
Yeah, because I would have gotten the bus home yesterday evening, and I'd be heading up through North Strand and Fairview and Marino and all that, and there was still at 8 o'clock crowds out and young people out getting the buses home, and there seems to be that general level of excitement around town that would ordinarily, you'd think in traditional sense, accompany a men's football final, but it was most certainly there across the city yesterday. Did you have any kind of realisation of that yesterday, especially when the final whistle went?
No, to be honest, post-match routine usually is you're kind of hanging around waiting for whoever's getting drug tested to go for a wee, because usually it takes quite some time, and then you're kind of on the bus and shift away. So by the time we actually left Croke Park, there wasn't really anyone still around. But that's amazing to hear. Like, that's so good to hear.
Yeah, and it was very much like that, Richie, before the match as well, which I thought was really interesting as well. There was definitely a feel there were more people, even for the junior and the intermediate finals came in. I was looking back when Dublin started this saga with Cork, if you like, Sinead, in 2009 there were 21,606 at the game. So that's an increase of almost 30,000 even in those 9 years. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's so good to see that the sport has grown, and it's something to be really proud of, because, you know, it's great to see when people are getting recognised, like the young girls, you know, they come up to you and they're looking for autographs and stuff like that's really, like, it's a great feeling. It kind of sounds cringy, but it is. It's something to be very proud of, and I hope it continues. I think the sport has grown. Like, it is a reasonably new sport, and it has improved, and long may it continue.
No, absolutely not. It's not cringy at all. You're entitled to enjoy everything that comes along with this.
Why should it be cringy? Yeah.
Come here, give us an insight into what we can expect in St. Sylvester's tonight. Who's the person who's going to be mad for the sing song, grabbing the microphone?
It was amazing. Like, I went to school, secondary school in Malahide, so I still have some connections with Malahide, and literally the park was, I think there was a few thousand people there, and it's just really nice. We got up on stage and Shane Carney sang a few songs and stuff, so it was really good. And then we went up to St. Sylvester's after. So Sinead, her and her captain is from Phil, so it's really lovely for her. But there's a few teachers kind of hanging around from my school and stuff like that. So
you're behaving yourself? Is that what you're telling us?
Huh?
Will you be behaving yourself?
Sorry?
Will you be behaving yourself? Because that's your old school, and there'll be a few teachers around.
Yeah, no, we will be behaving ourselves. We're always behaving ourselves. But I think like a few of my family members and stuff are coming out, so it'd be great. Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Who's going to be the microphone hugger among the squad tonight?
I'd say that'll be Mick. He likes to talk, in case you didn't know. It's usually Mick says a few words, and then Sinead will say a few words, and then possibly a song or two. But yeah, it was a lovely event last year, and hopefully it'll be the same again this year.
Do you have a team song, and what was played in the dressing room afterwards yesterday?
We don't really have a team song. There was a few different songs. I know we often sing Molly Malone, so we sang that together as a group and stuff, but there wasn't, I know we had Dog Days last year. There was another Florence and the Machine song, but none of them were particular team songs. We don't really have a team song. We just kind of listen to whatever. And
you've just changed careers. You've gone back to college to train to be a teacher, and I think it's Dominican Capra you've started your placement in already. So when will you be down there, and when will you be bringing the cup down to them?
The school have been very good. On Friday, so I'm just on school placement at the minute, and I'm only meant to be observing because I haven't actually started a lecture, so I don't actually know how to teach. But I taught my first class on Friday, and then when I came out of the class, the whole corridor was lined with girls on both sides, and they had Dublin flags, and they all sang Molly Malone. I had to walk the length of the corridor. I was actually mortified, but they were so nice. But I have to go back in on Thursday actually, and I don't know when I'll bring the cup in because I'm sure it'll be very busy, but hopefully I'll get to bring it in because it's an all-girls school and they actually don't have a Gaelic team there, so we're looking at trying to set one up. Shane Carney, who's our stats man, and myself are hoping to be able to get a girls team going there, which would be great.
Brilliant.
This still feels like it's very much, you're at the start of something with this squad.
Do you think so?
I think so, yeah. Looking at you yesterday, I think there's a lot more left in that tank, and there's definitely a few more All-Ireland finals left in several of you. I don't know how you're feeling about that yourself today.
No, I think everybody on the team works really, really hard, and I think if the level of intensity and work rate continues, I think there's definitely potential there to be successful again. Hopefully everyone will stick around, and hopefully Mick will stick around because he's great, and it's really exciting. It's such an honour to be involved in something like that because you can doubt yourself sometimes, but when you get to play and with girls like Leah, and I think some of the girls yesterday were just so fantastic, and you kind of look at them and all, like, it's great, and they're a great bunch, and we are really good friends, all of us, and it's brilliant to experience it with them.
Listen, Sinead, we'll let you go and enjoy the rest of the night and being on your best behaviour out there in St. Sylvester's tonight as well.
I will.
And calling everybody yes sir and no sir and yes miss, because that's what you have to do when you go back to your old school apparently. Sinead Finnegan, All-Ireland winner twice, 2 years in a row. Congratulations and enjoy your night.
Thank you very much.
Off the Ball on News Talk.
Bruce Betting Sportsbook, Casino and now Live Casino. Download the Bruce Betting app to see why for the Premier League, Bruce Betting are giving you more. With price boosts, live in-play betting, cash out and ACCA insurance. Make Bruce Betting your Premier League bookmaker. Bruce Betting, in-store, online and now on your phone. Please gamble responsibly. See dunlewy.net.
€2,000 cashback if you switch your mortgage.
Oh, think about it.
Legal fees covered.